Korea. She plays professionally in Japan, or she has played for the last several years, I should say. Knows this team well. First server is Brazil's setter, Roberta. Beautiful pass to the middle, Wada. Watch out for Wada.
That's Japan's offense running very well oiled. When they're in system, it is so fast out to the pins, especially to the outside attackers. Brazil needs to make sure they're putting in aggressive serving to try to knock Japan out.
Mayu Ishikawa behind the service line for Japan, averages 13 points per match. Tough serve, knocks Brazil out of system. Gabby pulls that hand out of her pocket on a swing. She has a different kind of arm swing.
It's kind of a windmill swing coming from Gabby, number 10 in yellow on Brazil's side. She brings it down from her side all the way up. It makes it really difficult to block because the blockers are usually a little bit early.
Ishikawa had 19 points in the quarterfinal versus Turkey. And an ace serve right here.
Japan doing everything right to start. Great offense, putting up nice defense, forcing attackers to go around them, and now the service pressure from the back line, targeting the seams really well.
Ishikawa third serve. Tries to drop it in, causes more problems. Fukudome outside, not an ideal set, and it is pounced upon by Brazil.
Japan wants to keep this ball a little bit off, especially out of system, because their attackers are a bit mismatched with those of Brazil. They need to make sure they're keeping the ball off to give their attackers options.
Gabby serves, she will absolutely attack from the backcourt as well. Heidi, meanwhile, had a really nice match versus Turkey.
Yeah, I've been really impressed with Heidi Miyabe and her ability to control the net. She's one of Japan's bigger blockers and attackers, so they'll try to get her going, especially moving her around in the front and the middle.
Heidi now serving. Strong pass up front. Solo block.
Shimamura reading that beautifully up front, squaring up those shoulders to the line of approach and diving those hands right back in. Beautiful finish.
Marcela to Jose Maria, able to pound through the block, burst the seam open.
Jose Maria is so good at that. She has such a cannon for an arm. If the blockers aren't perfectly formed in front of her, she'll go right off the hands and out of bounds.
This brings it back. Gianna. Quick look across the net by Seiki. Decides this is the best option for a one-on-one.
I love that decision to go back to Wada. Everything moving forward. She jacks it back. Wada just missing a little bit wide.
And by a little bit, we mean by the hair on my chinny chin chin. It is that close. Followed by an ace serve.
Really nice serve from Gianna. Just dropping this one right in front of the passers. Great float serve, no spin on it, catching those air pockets.
Brazil putting together a little service streak of their own until that one.
One thing Brazil did really well against Germany in their quarterfinal match was serving them off the court. It's really difficult to ace a team like Germany, and the service pressure we saw from Brazil was elite.
Wada returns the favor with more of her own.
Now watch for a handful of Japan players to throw in these crafty topspin serves in the backcourt, just trying to put a little bit more pressure on it. They'll unload back there sometimes.
Brought back for Ishikawa, outside, Yoshino.
Beautiful set from Nanami Seki to get her outside going. Look at the square of her shoulder. She turns it right back to her outside, gets it going with tempo, leaves it inside for Yoshino to pound.
Roberta goes outside, a little quicker set to Bergman. Ishikawa, you talked about the speed of Japan's offense in our open. There it is.
Even when Japan is 5-6 feet off the net or push back to the right side, Seki still finds a way to get that tempo going outside.
Brazil will take a timeout. Each team gets 2 timeouts per set. Brazil's first.
Se a gente defende as 2 primeiras, acabou. Não pode deixar crescer e achar que dá. Vambora, precisamos mais, moçada. Vambora. Boa, segura pouquinho, a bola passou, deixa sempre ela curta. Vambora de novo. Mas isso é jogo. Vambora de novo.
8 serving 5. Japan in the driver's seat early. Yoshino serving. Going for a laser down the sideline, misses.
Japan's definitely showing that they're trying to really put a focus on that service pressure. We've seen a few misses so far, but they're barely missing wide or missing long. Those are the misses that you're okay with.
Yeah, dancing and painting those sidelines until you bait somebody into taking him. Julia Bergman sends it far out.
Take a look at that error count as we go on through this match, because these are also 2 teams that play very low air. They don't hand their opponent a lot of points.
Bergman's pass is on the money, back and shut down by Aidi and Ishikawa.
Great read on the block from Ishikawa. This is normally a point that Brazil has an easy time with because it's so fast on the slide, but both those blockers committing all the way out.
Roberta goes to Jose Maria in the back court.
I really like that decision, diversifying the offense just a little bit. You have the middle going on a slide, then the D-ball, a back court coming from right back. Really difficult to defend when you have 2 hitters in the same zone at different depths.
Yeah, we call that an overload, and it almost always splits the blocking assignments. Quick to Ishikawa, not an ideal set, sent back. Just craftiness, absolutely surgical precision.
Yeah, and both Japan's outsides are now having a lot of success with that cross-court shot. Brazil's blocking that line away, trying to funnel everything cross-court, but Japan's outside's having a field day with it.
Keeping the ball on Bergman. And there is Gabby looking for hands, doesn't find them yet.
And Gabby's so good at going for the high hand shot. Japan's such a disciplined blocking team and a little bit undersized, where that block isn't as high as Gabby's used to.
Here's the first challenge of the match. Each team gets 2 challenges. If you are successful, you keep it. If not, you lose it. This challenge is saying, hey, we think that Brazilian attack touched Japanese fingers.
Based on that look, see nothing.
Unsuccessful challenge. Brazil will have 1 challenge and 1 timeout remaining in this set. Japan has both their timeouts and both their challenges available to them. Over the top, a little tenderness works.
I like that switch up from Gabby outside. Missed the last one going for high hands, takes a little bit off this time and perfectly places it right behind the blockers.
Roberta will continue to serve. And it's the errors. We said we were going to keep an eye on them, and they're happening too frequently.
Yeah, and Brazil's errors are not as close as to what we're seeing for Japan. Brazil's kind of just skying balls out of bounds. Those need to be a little bit closer or in.
Ideally. Ishikawa. Good first serve by Gabby. What an up by Fukudome. This is how Japan will wear you down. Roberto the Josemaria, and again, Fukudome makes a nice touch on the ball. Roberto outside, quick! Josemaria again, and this is the book on Japan. They will frustrate you until eventually you make the mistake.
Japan got that point done with defense, just laying out for everything. Good up from Fukudome, and everyone on Japan's side relentless back there and keeping the ball alive, creating more opportunities for swings.
And part of it is that these digs that look a little bit like they're gonna spin off are high enough on the Japanese side so that the libero can get underneath it. Strong serve, well passed. Heidi. The body awareness, turning around and attacking that.
I love that. Just great awareness, high volleyball IQ to go. We don't have to have a second contact on this ball. Just take it over on 2. Smart shot as well, going to the back deep corner.
Makrish entering now to set. Another highly experienced setters. Both of Brazil's setters with great experience. Makrish, 36 years old. Fukudome to Wada. That's no, and we'll see if Coach Akba's looking around to his players saying, hey, did we touch that? And Wada says, no, they did not. Don't waste your challenge. Gabby, perfect pass by Kojima. Well, coach is standing out of bounds, ergo, ball was out.
See Roberto taking one off the back.
He took one off the shoulder earlier. He refuses to move. Look at that. He's like, no, I'm not going to give you the satisfaction of making me move.
After it went through the hands of Bergman.
Now, a challenge again on the block touch.
Good challenge taken based on that look that we just saw. Barely enough seam for the ball to go through.
So with a show of hands, which side should this point go? Japan or Brazil?
Five-point lead for Japan early while we wait for this. And they can just extend that lead significantly if they had it. Original call was to Brazil. Yeah, I mean, as up through the uprights as you can. Heck of a good eye by our first referee. Perfect pass, Heidi through the middle. Seki takes a quick look to the other side. Bergman sends it back. Kojima, nice set to Yoshino. Now the Brazil block starting to play a role. Slowed down. Bergman again. Looks like we got another long rally where Yoshino is going to try to wear them down, and indeed she does, using the high hands of Brazil.
And despite really good defense on Brazil's side, getting touch after touch, this is where Japan is best. They outlast the opponent, just continuing to get swing after swing before one of them goes down.
Gabby from the backcourt. Heidi has played some great defense this week. Bergman more, and again, it's Heidi underneath it. They're trying to work the middle blocker while there's no libero on the floor. Ah, tricky, an optical illusion from Makrish.
Not the fake out up front. Love this decision from Makrish, knowing that this ball is way over her head, but still goes up to look like she's setting it. Causes a little bit of confusion on Japan's side. There's nothing worse as a blocker when you see that happen. You get faked out.
Julia serve, well passed. Yoshino picked up and dug out. Seki chooses Wada. Ball down.
That's a really good touch on Brazil's side. Julia Kudais working so well pin to pin, getting an awesome touch on that. That's a play that your off blocker has to come in and scoop up.
Tomato comes in to serve, 21 years old, stands 1.83 meters. Keeping the ball on Gabby a bit, I think trying to make her do double work.
And it's really difficult when you're playing Brazil because you can go after the libero, which you never really want to do, or you have Gabby or Bergman. And normally we see teams going after Bergman completely, but sometimes teams will go after Gabby just to try to make her think about it a little bit more and do a lot more on the court.
Straight up the middle. Jose Maria, big dig, off the head. It hit the scoreboard up top. Four-point lead.
And this ball just going right off the head of the blocker and straight up.
Bit of a Tylenol moment. That face, that part. Back, an absolute hammer.
Just how fast that slide attack is. It's nearly impossible to get two blockers up, let alone one up going on this slide. Watch how fast it is from the time it's in the setter's hands to when it's up, and it's so close to the setter. It's difficult for that outside pin to recognize.
Well done by Shimamura. McCreesh goes and gets it. Bergman gives her a lot of room to place the kill, and here comes Brazil.
Beautiful out-of-system set from McCreesh. Gabby just handling that pass like an attack, essentially. Bergman gets a really good look out of system, just swinging high and confident.
Pass is perfect, all options available. Shimamura off the block, headed out, but so was she. It hits her.
And much better identification of where that slide attack is. A little bit more pushed away from the setter, so Gabby went all the way out to the pin to shut it down back inside.
So Kudais makes a baiting and just go to left side. She supports left side, right? So Gabby is alone with John. So it's better maybe to play shorter ball. Okay. Or line in between, okay? Try to go corridor of Macris all the time. Macris all the time. Okay, if you go cross, sharper, sharper. Okay?
Easy to understand instructions, talking about going on McCreesh, the setter's corridor.
Yeah, really smart decision because you have a setter playing up front right now, so a shorter blocker on the outside. But then also, if you have an outlet when you're swinging on the right side, tip it right into the setter to take her out.
Ishikawa, that's what you love as a coach. Ball's out, but it's like, okay, go down the corridor of McCreesh, who only stands 1.74 meters. Done.
Yeah, smart decision, just execution wasn't quite there, but got to be happy with that swing. Barely going out of bounds.
Outside, Ishikawa, over dig. Ishikawa again, rips open the seam of that block.
This set is so fast that the blockers get caught reaching, even though their body's almost there. Those hands just drifting outwards causes that to go off and out of bounds.
Yamada serve. Was that Marcelo? Ishikawa. Back to Gabby, pulls it out, quick swing, That is the signature Gabby swing.
I love the fact that Gabby took this first ball. They brought the set a little bit further in on a rip, so closer to the middle from the outside. Blockers don't identify, and she's got a massive hole to rip through.
If you're a Brazil fan, you're saying, yes, more of that, please, as the gap has been closed to just 2 points. Ishikawa. Block doing its job, slowing things down, and then let Gabby go to work.
And there's quintessential Gabby again. She rips one cross court, but then takes slightly a little bit off, goes back to that zone one. Gabby can hit literally all shots in the book at any given time. Going over the block on that one, too.
Japan led by 5 twice in this set. Now the lead cut just to 1. Flying in, what a dig. Bergman absorbs the pressure, off the block and out. We are tied, deficit erased.
Brazil is doing a much better job in these longer rallies, not just getting touches defensively, but touches like that from Bergman in a perfect position to run a fast tempo, good offense in transition.
Ace serve delivered.
Brazil, who was down 5 points earlier in this set, just found a way to erase that completely, staying aggressive.
Is 38. This shows that we need to be patient. We need rally. Okay, so Gutierrez at serve, so defense is not strong. Bergman in front, you can push. Left side, right side. Push in front of them. Make them on the floor, okay? After this moment, pay attention. Gabby out of system. Wait, okay? Okay, just relax. Go, 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 go.
These teams are very familiar with each other. We talked about 12 matches in the preliminary rounds, 4 per stop. This matchup was the final match of the preliminary round for each of these teams. So it feels like a chess match. I remember what you did here. I'm going to try this here.
Yeah, and personnel-wise, they're pretty much the same aside from Brazil not having Anna Kristina, but she didn't play in that match either. So this is a great opportunity for Japan to come back and get it.
Pass is perfect. Good start. Heidi up top. Read by Gabby. What a dig. It'll come to Ishikawa. Brought back. It's still alive. They're going to try to attack where she was. And indeed they do.
How about the hustle from Julia Kudais to chase that one down, nearly sending her body over the scores table for it. Love to see that from a middle blocker.
And then there's that moment of, oh gosh, I better get back on the floor because I know exactly where they're going.
Yeah,
and it's me.
And I honestly would have loved to see the setter dump right there, just to really test her, see if she was in there fast enough.
That's filthy. Gabby off hands as Brazil up by 1 again. Late in this set, after 20, we call it the red zone, Emily.
This is where Brazil is so good. In the final 5 or 6 points of a set, they really turn it on. They play very clean, but also stay aggressive.
Ishikawa first contact. Yoshino up the middle.
Good run from Japan, really mixing up where they're hitting this back row attack from, moving it from the middle, more toward the right, more toward the left at times. What they're doing is really testing the blockers of where they are. That's causing a big seam for the blocker, the hitter, to go through.
Heavy serve. And Japan takes the lead with a shutdown block.
Good read, Yoshino getting all the way in on it, noticing her middle's a little bit late, and dives those hands right back into the seam to shut it down.
Foi ela que recebeu o ataque. Valeu, vamos de novo. É uma coisa. Atenção, deixa. Beleza.
Japan +1 in this set one. Brazil's got the momentum having coming back. What does Brazil need to do right here for a side out?
Well, it's going to start with a really good pass, and then I think you got to go fast tempo outside to Gabby, who's been your hot hand so far.
Gabby loves the big moment and the bright lights, and that's exactly what this is. Ishikawa's serve is a laser. And the combination as Gabby comes inside. It's like an old-fashioned X from the other way.
This is so fun that Brazil does. When you get late in sets, you don't expect teams to run new plays, but this is where they pull it out just to confuse the blockers even more. Perfect time to do it and perfect execution.
Yeah, and you see the Japan block going, oh, here's there and there. However, you need to put two back-to-back, and that service error hurts more than most. Heidi serving. She's got a tough serve, has that couple aces. Marcel, nice pass. Ball's out. Set point, Japan. Trouble pass, it'll be up to Bergman to swing out of it. Josemaria sets Bergman a second time, and it is indeed the second time that's a charm.
Gutsy swing from Bergman, who had just missed an attack and then went straight into the block, but stayed aggressive. That's what you want to see from your big attackers in these kind of moments.
Substitution in for Japan. Here is Shimamura again, 33 years old, number 3. Set point number 2 for Japan. Wada gets it done. Yukiko Wada delivering. McCreesh setting. In this set, they started with Roberta in the last set. McCreesh came in halfway through. It's so good to see her back on the court. We have seen so many different things. Gianna and Julia together, peanut butter and jelly.
Yeah, and a really great duo blocking, and sometimes don't get noticed enough for that offense that they provide, especially Gianna, but she's effective when the ball's in her hands.
Yeah, and for Julia, she suffered a knee injury in week 1 last year, missed the rest of the season, and she is averaging over 4 blocks per match.
Insane, the #1 blocker in the VNL. She's 22 years old, a player that hasn't had too much time professionally, but man, you would never know.
McCreesh outside to Bergman, kind of a little hesitation in the air before she lets it go.
I love that decision for McCreesh to go to the outside on a perfect pass. Japan's expecting it to go to the middle. That leaves the outside one-on-one.
Off the block, it's picked up. Comes in outside the antenna.
It's a really good block touch up front. Bergman working really hard to get that up. Leaves a lot of time, but Libero a little bit too far back and moving on contact. It's difficult to chase down some of those plays.
Heidi serving. Gabby's pass, good, little one-handed set back to Julia.
Beautiful set from McCreesh, going up one-hander, not only gets a good touch on it, but it's a perfect ball to allow Julia to go up and take a big rip at. That's what you get from a player like McCreesh, 36 years old, so experienced, 2-time Olympic medalist. Helps when you got that up front.
Absolutely. Even though she's a smaller setter, and we're gonna look and see if Japan tries to exploit her size again, as they should. Brought back by Manami Kojima into the hands, Yoshino. Well, if there's anybody that knows the power of Wada, it is Josemaria, who plays professionally in Japan.
Yeah, Josemaria used to this style of play, a little bit faster. Beautiful up from Kojima getting this ball, and then I liked how this out-of-system set was left a little bit off. That allowed Wada to hit all options.
Pass is good enough to get it outside. A laser beam from Gabby.
The precision from Gabby on this out-of-system swing, knowing that she's gonna have a big block formed in front of her and still not afraid to take that big of a rip. Continue to expect a lot of balls outside with Seki up front, a shorter blocker on the right side for Japan.
Yeah, front court setter both sides. Yoshino goes for hands, doesn't get them, and Japan is saying we must challenge, and oh my. Nearly took off that index finger. That one's not gonna be a tough challenge. So again, if your challenge is successful, as we expect this will be ruled, then you get to keep it. And what a difference it will make in terms of scoring. Instead of 5-3, we'll be locked at 4s. Indeed. Successful challenge, they retain, still have 2, and we are at 4 apiece in set number 2. Japan won set 1. Yoshino. Perfect pass from Bergman. You said something about getting it to Gabby as much as possible. I like what you're thinking.
Even in that situation, everything said that that ball was not going to go outside, but McCreesh is so experienced. It's just such a good setter that she goes over her right shoulder with tempo. Crazy set. Good one. Crazy.
Ishikawa over the top, easily picked up by McCreesh. Out to Gabby. Seki behind. You jump with the front court setter, you jump with the hitter. Gabby made a decision.
I like that decision from Nanami Seki to go up and still set her attacker on this tight ball, knowing that blocker's jumping with her. That's going to leave her attacker one on none.
Bergman doing a fine job passing, allowing Brazil to run that middle. Brought back again. Free ball, Japan. Aidi behind. The set will go to Josemaria, gets her feet around it, looks for hands, doesn't get it. Or are they asking for it? They did indeed ask for a challenge, so Josemaria and company saying, we touched fingers there for Japan.
Based on this look, just going clear over.
Yeah, not seeing it at all. Unsuccessful challenge. So Brazil will only have 1 challenge remaining for the rest of the set, and it's pretty early. 6 serving 5. Shimomura's serve is good. McCreesh outside. Gabby. Bergman from the center. Absorbed. Are you kidding me? That's the most ridiculous play I have seen all year.
What did we just witness? Check out this last over.
I don't know about that. There will be a challenge to see, was it a floor touch?
Regardless of whether that touched the floor, the head and the awareness for Wada. Yeah, that looks down based on that look.
Can't blame him for trying. Got the crowd awake. There's just nothing that gets by you when they have this kind of technology. You can protest all you want, make all the faces you want.
Even that point for Japan, though, kind of gives them a little bit of momentum just based on how fun it was.
The camera never lies. Pass is good. Wada up the middle. Back. Bergman attacking hands. Yoshino brings a beautiful job. Kojima to Ishikawa, shut down. Door is closed by Brazil.
Nice read from Gianna up front, getting all the way out. Set up really well from Jose Maria, getting her middle involved in this play. And watch the finish from Gianna's hands. Just press so far over, flex right back down.
What a perfect left hand. Passing still looks perfect. Chase down. Marcelo had 12 digs last time these two teams met.
Had that ball a little bit tight for Bergman to try to do something with. Bit of a trap set, really good execution from Japan up front to go low and over, stay pressed, not let Bergman use her.
Big swing by Roberta.
Jose Maria using her power on that ball, going right down the line. Good placement on this set, leaving it a little bit out. Goes right off the hand.
Marcelli out now. And they do. That's the play you do when the libero's out.
Typically, a libero will come in and scoop up that ball, but it's more difficult for a middle who just serves coming in to play defense. It's a long way for them to get all the way down. Smart decision for Heidi Miyabe.
Ishikawa now behind the service line. She served flat, hard. Gabby puts a good pass up, and there's the quick offense of Brazil.
And that's where Brazil is running its best, when they can get a pass in system. Their offense is also really fast out to the pins, and this overload going right over the, away from the middle rather, and out.
Pass beautifully up to the net. Wada covers her own. Gabby with the famous flying through the air like Superwoman.
It's great that Makrish is getting Gabby going from all the way around the court. It's not just when she's in the front row or they're moving her along the net, but back row too, not keeping that as a static pick, but moving it a little bit closer to the outside. Again, just testing Japan's blockers.
Jose Maria's serve goes long, and if there has been an Achilles heel for Brazil, especially in that first set, it's been their errors. Perfect pass. Dent in the floor, thanks to Julia.
No questions about that one. Julia unloading on this ball. Based on the tempo of it going outside and how Makrish is pushing it all the way out, Julia loves this line shot, and that's a perfect tempo set for her.
There's been 6 service errors by Brazil. This needs to be a little more consistently in and tough. Beautiful dig. There's a net violation.
And that's frustrating for Brazil after Jose Maria makes an incredible play in the backcourt, so well read.
Especially after she serves. You know, she serves, gets to her defensive position, and is able to scoop. Outside. Ishikawa sits right in and then comes up to attack. Point Brazil, they're +2 in this set.
That all started with an awesome pass from Julia Bergman. Really difficult ball coming from zone 1 back to zone 1. Bergman wraps her platform around and gives a perfect pass.
Polish fans turning out, they just love the sport. Brazil has been here before. They led by 2 at one point during the first set, and then it was a big run by Japan. Fantastic set by Seiki. Yoshino attack. It's going to be a free ball. You got Shimamura who's going behind. Ishikawa up the middle. Straight down. This is what can happen when you're 1.94 meters.
And that's what happens when it's just a mismatch up front. Brazil's gonna win those 50-50 balls right up at the top of the net every time. You'll see this mismatch play out. Number 2 in yellow just way above everyone.
Yoshino attacks off hands. It is so beautiful the way she is able to get just above the last knuckle.
Yeah, really smart as well. Yoshino's so good at going right off of fingertips. As an undersized attacker, that's become her bread and butter of going off of fingers.
Yoshino had 15 points in the quarterfinal versus Turkey, gave it up there. She's somebody who's really critical. She has had double-figure scoring in 10 of their 13 Volleyball Nations League matches this year.
Especially for Japan, who really relies on their pin attackers. They needed a second outside to come step in, and Yoshino's been really impressive this VNL.
6 points so far in this match. Kojima puts it on the money. Wada is out. Jose Roberto's not going to move for any ball. His dignity intact.
Yeah, good eyes on Marcelli, too, for letting that one go out.
They are very more in this middle corridor, okay? So make sure that we keep the middle in the middle, okay? Close and try to open the game left side, right side. So girls, Gabi, libero, she defense very good. We need to go line attack, okay? Bada last try is fine. Can be mistake, but we need to go much more, okay? You go cross, corners go line.
Farhad Akbash telling his players, keep it away from Marcelli. She's a great libero. Wants everything funneling toward right back, especially when Makrish, the setter for Brazil, is back there. Take her out of the offense.
Pass is solid, Ishikawa. Set was so beautiful. Jose Maria pointing back to Gabi on that one, saying she's in the better position and in lead. She delivers.
Big swing from Gabi. This is where she's so impressive. On these out-of-system swings, when she knows that she has 2 big blockers up, she somehow finds those small windows to go past the blockers through a seam.
5-point lead for Brazil. Makrish serving again.
And a lot of the misses we're seeing on Brazil's side, they're just being sailed out of bounds. They're not even that close.
And it's an interesting position because these teams just played a couple of weeks ago. Brazil swept Japan in that one, but Japan playing very composed today. Snap by Jose Maria.
What a set from Makrish. Barely gets 2 hands on this ball. Bit of an uncomfortable set, but still gets Jose Maria in a good position, bringing that one inside.
Boy, just listening to the crack of that ball. Well finished, but what a rip.
What an up, and what an up by Gabi in the backcourt. Crossing with her setter, gets 1 hand on it, but she's Gabi, so of course it's pretty much a perfect ball.
Returning for her 2nd season with one of the best clubs in the world, Imoco Conegliana in Italy. Did it? Oh, they were looking to see.
There's back-to-back service errors on Brazil's side. Again, something they really need to focus on cleaning up, playing Japan, who's very low error.
Seki serve, Marcelli pass. Bergman doesn't go all out, changes speed and direction.
A really smart decision for Bergman up front, going up and over the blocker in front of her. Able to take a little bit off, but perfectly place it back to that zone 1. Deep right back.
Diana serve, Yoshino pass, and attack up the middle. However, she stepped on the 3-meter line.
Now that set, Seki just leading that attacker a little bit too far forward. causes that takeoff point to be beyond the 3-meter line.
Japan calls their second and final timeout.
With this corridor, why we don't understand? They are having good blocking. Okay, so keep everybody in front. Shout, open left side, right side. We need to play much more in front, right, left, right, side attackers. Okay, this doesn't work today. They are very close. Okay, let's change the corridor of attack all the time. Let's go, let's go. Good shot, good shot.
I believe what Farhad Akbash is talking about is keeping that middle more static toward the middle, because it's been one-on-one every time, and then once you establish that, then you can go over and outside to the pins, but not moving that middle around closer to the pin blockers because they're helping on it.
It has been balanced scoring on Brazil's side. Gianna Gabi and Julia Bergman each with 4 points in this set alone. Jose Maria and Julia with 2, and then you start with your players from Japan. So there's been a nice spread scoring-wise across Brazil.
And the biggest reason why is because the passing is a lot better. They're nearly 70% in system, which is pretty much double what we saw from the first set.
Well, that helps. Only thing we've always talked about is the serve and pass game. Somehow Fukudome slides in. Block is just long.
Oh, Julia in a perfect spot for that. I mean, that's got to be as close as it gets. Oh.
Not by much.
It's like praying that's out.
Ishikawa. Gabi, again, just absorbs the heat and then delivers her own.
Anytime Gabi's back row, Macrisha's got to continue to get her going. She's been so effective back there, more efficient in the backcourt than what we've seen in the front court. It's a beautiful way as well to diversify the offense and keep 4 attackers going along the net.
21 serving 15. Jose Maria behind the service line. Yoshino, first touch, and a solo block by the small but mighty Makrish.
It's exactly what coach wanted from Japan. Go after the shorter setter up front. Makrish playing so much bigger than she is, though. A perfect finish. Hands turn right back into the court.
A block by a setter, especially a smaller setter, brings so much energy to a team.
Yeah, it gets you hype.
Seki outside, Yoshino. One blocker again. Makrish is like, I can't do it all. Come on over here, my middle.
This is where Japan is so good, too, because when you have that good pass, everyone expects this ball to go to a middle or to the backcourt, but setting it outside results in the one-on-one, which is exactly what coach wanted.
Not able to be controlled. It's a service ace. And again, it is Aidi Miyabi.
Miyabi putting in a really tough serve. It's coming in a good floater, hitting the seams really well, just dropping right to the left of Bergman.
É uma posição não, é o central sacando.
Aproveitar, central sacando.
Bora, é isso.
Pode ajudar o mais longo, tá, Ju?
Vai de novo, ela vai sacar aqui de novo.
Confiança, hein? Confiança. Aí, galera, sai dando.
That was the first timeout taken by Brazil. They do have another one plus a challenge. Japan has both their challenges remaining, and it's a 5-point lead. Delivered by Bergman. I mean, Brazil as a team is attacking at 62% in this set. There'll be a challenge on that play, but the efficiency of the attack is spectacular.
Brazil with the better pass, doing a much better job of keeping things balanced, and that's creating a lot of problems on Japan's side in terms of defense.
The challenge is whether, and it probably has happened, that the middle blocker was penetrating the plane of the net, grabbing the ball on the other side as she attacked it. Yeah,
For sure. Yeah, seeing that live, it looked, she got a little aggressive on that one.
Oh, not for sure.
Just kidding.
There was no player close to play, and the ball was direction there, so it's allowed to block.
There was no player playing the ball, yep.
Because it was a block, not going up and attacking this ball.
.23, serving 17. Bergman behind the service line. Hojima's pass is good. Roberta, great dig. Flying in out of nowhere to pick that up was Seki. There's Japanese flyers all over the place.
It was a really smart decision to take out the setter, but even in a broken play, out of system situation, Japan still gets a good swing on it going to the back corner. Really smart shot from Wada, splitting the defenders in the back. How about that up from Seki?
Even though it's a 5-point lead for Brazil very late in this set, there's no resting because all it needs is a run from Japan. Wada from the service line. What a beautiful pass by Bergman. And now Brazil sits at set point to even the match at 1 apiece.
Beautiful pass from Bergman, right on the money. Gets Gabby going outside with tempo. Bread and butter right off the fingertips.
Julia Kudais serving for the set. Ishikawa, first ball, Yoshino. Satisfaction delayed for Brazil.
Now Japan just trying to chip away at that lead, playing as clean as possible, taking big swings.
As Yoshino goes back to serve, Hitomi comes in on the substitution. It is set point number 2 for Brazil. Roberto goes outside. What a dig, Yoshino. Ishikawa will swing. Here they come.
Big transition play. How about that dig in the backcourt? Beautifully read, getting right outside the blockers, putting it in a great position.
Third set point, Japan, and Brazil saying, hold up, we'll take our second and final timeout right now. Set point number 3, Brazil. Serve is good. They go after Bergman as they have. Big swing. Roberto go outside to Gabby, trying to put it away, but nope. Heavy roof by Japan.
Big shutdown from the setter who just checked in for Japan up front. Beautifully read, middle gets involved on it. All of a sudden, Japan's got more momentum.
Set point number 4. We got Tainara on one side, that is new, and Hitomi on the other. Pass is perfect. Running it as fast as they possibly can. Brazil captures set 2 and evens the match at 1 apiece.
Much better response from Brazil. They were able to get that offense very balanced, quick tempo. That was the biggest difference, and that all started from the back line with passing. I thought especially Julia Bergman did a much better job handling some really tough serves her way.
We're tied up at 1 apiece. Looking at set statistics.
Biggest thing that jumps out, 19 attack points for Brazil. Scoring 19 of their 25, just putting up insane numbers there. Japan's got to do a better job of trying to knock Brazil out of their rhythm.
As you look back upon this set, what's going to stand out to you?
The way that, especially McCreesh for Brazil, was able to continue to get everyone involved. We saw a lot more middle involvement than we saw from the first set. I thought Bergman was the most impressive part to me, handling a lot of really tough serves, passing nearly 60% in system. After really struggling during the first set, to have that mindset of stepping in and getting good pass after good pass, I think shows a lot about her toughness as a player as well.
Brazil had 4 set points. By the time they finally closed it out, Japan kept pushing as we sit at 1 set apiece. Plenty more to come.
Looking at these attack zones, first for Japan, we're seeing a lot pin to pin. That's something they need to focus on here in set 3, getting the middle just a little bit more involved. And on Brazil's side, we're seeing a lot through the outside, but a decent amount through the middle, something that they got going a lot better during set 2.
Let's check in with Roberto, standing by with Key Michael.
Roberta, it seemed impossible to put a ball down on this scrappy defensive team in the first set, but what changed?
They're doing their volleyball, and it's incredible. We know that will be a tough game. Maybe in the beginning of the first set, we get stressed a little bit with few mistakes. Slowly, we get back to our game. So we just need to remember where to serve good. Maybe this is something that we need to improve now. But we are just better this block and defense. And this is a game that who has more patience will win. But I'm really happy with this second set, and we need to keep fighting. This can be like five sets, so we are ready for this.
Thanks so much. Good luck.
Thank you.
It's like good volleyball.
Highly knowledgeable fans. First serve by Gabby. Marcelli sets Gabby from the back court. Seki, great body control on that set. Almost great body control. I think she just brushed the net.
Yeah, that pass just a little bit too far up at the net. It looked like her foot was fine. That call on Wada. Seki looked fine, not in the net.
And so Japan requested the challenge. Let's see.
Based on the first look that we saw, Seki looked fine. Now we're looking at Wada on the outside. Oh, that hand on the follow through.
Yeah, she's got a checkered hand. I mean, it came all the way down the net.
Good challenge, coach. Good challenge.
So Japan, they are down 1 challenge after that one. Marcelli out to Jose Maria. Power picked up. Seki, flowing offense by Japan. Marcelli Josemaria well off the net on that one. Gives Wada an opportunity. Whoa, beautifully chased down. Free ball. Marcelli gives her teammates time to get back on the floor before she absorbs that from Ishikawa. Flying out of nowhere, Manami Kojima. I think I'm bigger than you. That's Ishikawa.
This is what we expected from Japan, Brazil. Relentless defense in the front and back courts. Nothing falling on either side. Just when you think it's about to hit the floor, someone comes scooping under it to keep it alive.
Ishikawa proving bigger is not always better. Pushing through, smart play. Marcelli's pass, good. Josemaria right on the money. Such a powerful arm from the right side.
And just so much strength in Josemaria's arm. If she has that lane to attack, you better bet she's gonna take a big rip at it.
Gianna serve. Wada off the block. Here's the thing about Yukiko Wada. She averages 15 points per match. She's dead steady every time. Had another 15 versus Turkey at the quarterfinal.
She also has the ability to take over matches. We've seen her have nearly 30 points twice already in the VNL, so she can really get hot.
Absolutely, and she's got 8 so far. Josemaria attacking hands, beautifully brought back in. And again, it's the cover. Block, try it once, try it twice. Third time's the charm for Julia.
Not only is Japan frustrating Brazil's attackers, but they're frustrating the blockers as well. That coverage is so good on Japan's side. They know they're a bit undersized, so that coverage, I mean, anytime someone's attacking, they are all right in there.
Fans settling in for what could potentially be a really long match full of spectacular volleyball. You heard one of the setters from Brazil, Roberta, saying this could go 5, and she's not wrong. Kojima lays out. Off the block and out. Those plays are frustrating.
Again, Japan just frustrating the blockers with the speed of their offense. Julia's in a great position to make this play. Japan's just a little bit quicker with their follow-through.
My goodness. Yukiko Wada serving. Gabby in the center. Josemaria able to pick up some of it. Laser to the outside. Beautifully handled. Fukudome set to Wada. The poking by Bergman.
A little beach play from Julia Bergman up front. Knowing she has the ability to go up and over this blocker earlier in the play makes it an incredible up in the front court rather. A big transition play out of system, just a little poke to the corner.
Don't make it harder than it needs to be. Bergman serving. That ball in. Seiki to the middle. Where was everybody? Shimamura.
That's something we haven't seen too much from Japan, really since the first set. Not a lot of middle involvement. We've seen Japan get really pin heavy. Look for them to continue to establish that middle threat again.
Yoshino serving. Did it? It did not.
And that's a miss that Japan's okay with. Barely missing that line, serving the seam really well. Not really allowing Brazil's passers to get comfortable.
On the seesaw we go. Kojima's pass, dead solid. Gabby knows, everybody knows, waiting for her. Shimimura makes herself available, but it goes to Ishikawa. Great dig. No libero on the floor right now for Brazil. Julia coming up with a big dig, but again, Japan outlasting Brazil.
That's what Japan does. They just find ways to make spectacular plays again and again. Despite great efforts on Brazil's side, Julia digging in for a perfect ball. Japan just find ways to transition some of these tougher plays.
Shimimura serving. Five apiece in the third set, match tied at 1-1. Gabby. Block of Japan slowing a lot of things down. And again, Wada using hands. The precision by Japan is right on point.
Yeah, even with their blocking up front too. Great identification of Gabby coming inside on that set up perfectly by Seki.
Jose Maria gets him to touch it.
Clearly Jose Maria's feeling herself back there. She's taking big swing after big swing. Would love to see them get her going just a little bit more, even in system. Let her go off.
Front court setter for Japan. Ishikawa. Outside to Gabby, it's tight. She goes to recycle, but unable is Brazil to pick that up.
Just a little bit too tight on this out-of-system play. Japan's not the tallest team, but they're very disciplined up front. So on these tight plays, their hands are in great positions.
Seki serve, no good. And that brings us to sevens. Wada picked up, that ball's good. Seki outside. Block gets it done for Brazil and they take the lead.
Jose Maria again getting her team fired up. Great handwork, reaching her right hand back out. Gets a touch on this ball and wraps it right back inside. How about that pancake from her as well? She's taking over.
Yeah, she is a spectacular player, spectacular talent. And again, the matches versus Japan means so much to her because she has played in the system for a couple of years. No, no, no. Blocked and denied.
Back to back for Brazil. That's something that'll give your team so much momentum. Shutting down the other team's offense, doing a pin to pin.
Gabby serving. Kojima's pass on the money. Wada. It's the timing, Emily. What is the timing that is making Brazil take these balls down with them on the block?
Yeah, it's really difficult because the tips are so tactfully placed right behind kind of the backs of the blockers, so it's really difficult to decide whether the blockers want to reach back or if someone's coming in. It's just a little bit later than the blockers are anticipating.
There's another break, and it's the errors for Japan that are starting to really cost them in this third set.
Yeah, pretty uncharacteristic of Japan as well. Normally a very low error team. They make the opponent earn their points.
Yeah, Japan, 3 attack errors, 2 service errors in this set. Down to Bergman. Bergman loves that line, little chip shot.
And is really comfortable hitting the line shot. Especially in this rotation where they have Seki up front. It's a shorter blocker, so she's able to go up and over.
Japan calls a timeout, their first of the set.
Let's try to have quicker swing about. Okay? So if we have a pass, let's try to play much more middle right now. And girls, when they serve to 1-to-1, let's try to push the pass to 3-4 much more because they play close game. We middle blockers go early. Let's serve. Risk, serve, risk, serve.
What are you making, Emily, out of that timeout?
Well, what I got from that was let's push the pass a little more toward the middle of the court so the blockers follow, and then you can send a long string ball back to potentially have a one-on-one. That's what I got out of it. We'll see what happens.
We'll go with it. That's probably what coach is saying too. We'll see what happens. Seiki to Wada. Yoshino passes the ball, and now we'll go attack. Once again, she just has terrific vision.
That's what all these Japan attackers have. Because they're a bit undersized, they have to have a better ability to see the block, where the hands are, and whether or not they can go off of them.
Gabby, first contact is good. Bergman maybe telegraphed it a little too much for the quick feet of the Japanese. Marcelli picks it up. Jose Maria off the block and in. Japan blocking force in this match.
And normally Japan not known for their blocking, but they're doing such a nice job, clearly following a great scouting report, knowing in what situation who's getting the ball.
Japan winning the blocking battle 7-6 so far in this match. Julia, another block. So 2 more blocks by Japan in this rally before it's put down.
When the block of the opponent turns on, it forces the attackers to hit different shots. Right there, you see a great roll shot tip from Julia Bergman, but also will force attackers to try to go a little sharper, go a little deeper, and sometimes you'll see errors pile up on offense when the block turns on that much.
Moisture being picked up right now on the court. Brazil maintaining a 2-point lead. Seiki, quick as can be to her middle.
Seiki doing it about 3 meters off the net, still getting the middle involved, just showing off how much range she has as a setter. Not a perfect set, but found something to do with it.
My goodness. The lines have been painted by both teams in this set, in this match. And the uncharacteristic errors by Japan continue. Bergman on the serve. Shimamura slide with aggression.
Japan's doing a much better job this set, establishing their middle and have kept it going throughout so far. The pass has allowed that to happen. The beautiful ball leads to a really fast slide attack.
Japan with 5 errors in this set. Brazil, none.
And still Japan right in this set as well.
Exactly.
Just 1 down.
Because of their blocking, no doubt. And they also are leading on attacks 10-5 over Brazil. Yoshino. As I said.
He's not moving?
The errors.
And Zé Roberto again just kind of taking one.
And also well moved. You're fair point, both.
Waiting for him to pass a perfect ball.
He won't give them that satisfaction either. He'll ignore it completely. Speaking of passing a perfect ball, there it was. McCreesh to Gabby. off the hands, and it looks like Gabby's not getting an ideal set.
Yeah, every ball that she's gotten has either been a little too far off or a little bit too tight. We haven't seen her have one solid swing for about the last set or so.
Yep. Pass is perfect. Bergman doing a beautiful job receiving serve to set that up.
Bergman has been fantastic this match. She really struggled during set 1, but man, she has picked it up in set 2 and set 3. And that's frustrating Japan. They already have 5 service errors just in this set alone because Brazil is passing so well.
Wada over the top, and Marcelli sees Josemaria coming in out of the corner of her eye, no doubt.
A really smart decision, just going right up and over the block. Left back just a little bit too deep on this ball. Great court vision.
A long history between these two teams in tight matches, going all the way back to the 2022 World Championships. Japan lost in 5 to Brazil in the quarterfinals. Gabby picks it up. Off hands, beautiful, up by McCreesh. There's the rip for Gabby.
Those are the plays that Gabby is known for. Just incredibly difficult situation. Nothing you can really do with this ball, and she swings all out and finds a way to score with this roundhouse arm. It's great vision to see just a small seam in the block. That precision to get it right there.
Brazil maintaining a 2-point lead. Perfect pass again from Kojima. Block sends it back. Nope. Cannot be contained.
Japan doing a nice job staying right with Brazil. This is exactly what they want. Trying to elongate those rallies and just keep pressure on them.
Yeah, and
now is going to be playing clean.
Yeah, some of it is, well, now it's Fukudome, but Manami Kojima is their serve receive libero, and her passing and her defense. This is why in League One volleyball, her professional season in the United States, she was named best libero and best digger. Gianna, when the pass is right, it's right.
And that's where Brazil is so difficult to stop when that pass is good. You never know who's going to get this ball the middle. Just getting a little jumpy with it.
Power, off hands, what can you do?
And one of the best shots that you can have, just right off the top of the fingertips of the block. Wada is so good at it.
Heidi serve. Bergen's pass, gets it back, 1-on-1.
Love that set from McCreesh. Perfect pass. Japan's middle stays with Brazil's. That allows a big one-on-one outside. Bergman rips it straight down.
Seiki in a solo block. Absolute stuff, giving Brazil even more life.
Big read from Julia. Body's not quite there, but dives those hands right back into the line of approach. Wraps those hands right back down, too.
Japan will take their second and final timeout.
I think that we have to do not to give pressure our mind, okay? Just relax more, okay? So when Gabi goes second line, we give a lot of pressure to Bergman all the time. time, okay?
ガビが後ろ下がったらベルグマンに思い切って
Our blockouts work, just keep going block
我々
out.
のオフェンスのブロックアウトめっちゃいいから
Difficult moment, push the ball far from libero, far from Gabi.
難しい時プッシュとかいいんだけどリベロとガビ避け
They
て
play shorter, remember, shorter. Right shoulder, left shoulder, both sides. Go, go.
He wants the ball far from Marcelli, far from Gabi. Well, they're everywhere. So, I mean, to avoid both of them at the same time, a little tough.
And that leaves you with Julia Bergman, who's having a really great passing night on her own right now. So not many options to target on serve receive.
Indeed. Right now, Japan passing 32% positive in this set. Meanwhile, Brazil doing a much better job as they are up at 56% positive reception. There's a solid pass. Yoshino, and there's Marcelli. Bergman. She just has such a beautiful high reach.
Yeah, not only can she sky up there, but really nice vision too to see where the block is, wherever that zone is, that she has the ability to swing and finds that small seam right between the two to rip it.
In for Japan right now is Kitamato, 21 years old, outside hitter. Look and see if that is who Josemaria serves. Kojima in the middle. She goes after her, but Kojima says, I'll still take it. Bergman, patient waiting, and no, she's not. She got called for reaching over.
Yeah, I mean, Bergman was way over on that ball, just getting a little bit aggressive. A lot of bit aggressive.
Jose Roberto wants to take another look at that. Was she really reaching beyond the net?
I mean, I definitely thought so, but we'll see another look at it.
Well, just to be a contrarian, I did not think so.
Oh,
And you know what that means.
that I'm right?
Yep, every time.
She was going up with a hand rather than a block, too, so that makes a difference on the play.
Fair point. I thought she kind of swiped it. Like kind of,
Still an attack.
yeah, but
a
I'm
tip.
saying maybe she kept her fingers on her side of the net. I'm about to be disproven. Don't look at me that way. I'm glad the audience can't see you. Three-point lead for Brazil could be cut to just one on this. 2017 can go to 1918 if it's... Actually, the call was in Japan's favor, so it could go to 21-16. Oh, yeah. Told you I'd be wrong. You're welcome.
Yeah, what can I say?
Thank you very much. And
Kitamato serving.
You see the second part of this double sub coming in to provide a bigger block on the right side for Japan. McCreesh up front for Brazil.
Itomi in now as a front court setter. Bergman off the block. She's having a day.
Even with the bigger block checking in right in front of her, Bergman continuing to just swing high and confident, doing exactly what she's done all night long and really all VNL long.
Yeah, she has been spectacular. Terminating the ball at 50% in this set is Julia Bergman, 5 kills. They're conscious as ever of waiting for that ball is Julia.
Yeah, much better adjustment from Julia midair, knowing that she's got to touch that ball. After it's crossed the plane, good finish.
Marcelli out to Josemaria. Laser, what a dig by Ishikawa. Over the head of Yoshino. She was headhunting there.
They got to be doing a really smart thing, trying to go for high hands, but Japan's block so disciplined, not allowing her to go right off.
And Brazil is asking about a block touch. Japan is out of timeouts. Brazil has not used any yet. 4-point lead for Brazil to go ahead in this match. 2-1.
Clear over.
Maybe slows the momentum a little bit. Miku Iwasawa coming in to serve. Stands at 1.62 meters. Bergman, pass. See, that's the thing we were talking about. Stay away from Marcelli, stay away from Gabby, but Bergman has great passing numbers in this match.
Yeah, Bergman's doing just as good, so now it's kind of a pick your poison because you're assuming Brazil is going to be in system more times than not.
Yeah, she's passing over 45%, killing the ball at over 43%.
Think about passing too. She's gotten better as the match has gone on.
True. McCreesh out to Gabby. That wind up and let it fly. It's like a slingshot.
And such a smart decision here. Blockers a little bit on the move. Gabby knows they're reaching a bit, so she can easily just go right off those fingertips.
Set point, Brazil. Shimimura, that was a heck of a pickup by McCreesh. Wasn't the prettiest way to end the set, but Brazil was using all parts of the court. A little wrist away, a little crossbody from her might change things up quite a bit. Beautiful dig by Fukudome. Ishikawa, Japan came out aggressively swinging. Julia Bergman saying, I'm not giving a free ball. Japan trying to outlast Bergman, digging ball after ball. Gabby thought for sure that ball was coming to her.
I also thought that ball was going to Gabby. I think in that broken play, you have to have another option available, especially when you have Gabby back row and Bergman's already taken 2 or 3 swings. Open things up.
Yeah, and watching the communication between Gabby and McCreesh afterwards, Gabby saying that to me, and McCreesh says, yeah, I know. Like, it's one of those when it leaves your hands, you're like, no, that was wrong.
Correct that next time.
What a beautiful pass. Seki to the middle. They're trying to get Iraqi going.
And back to back, Gianna's been all over it for Brazil, reading that like a book. Perfect pass on Japan's side, knowing that clearly they put a new middle in to try to get something going, but Brazil is containing it.
Yoshino, put up beautifully by Gabby and put down by Bergman.
Love that decision to go outside because it's a quicker tempo transition play. McCreesh has a perfect ball. You expect the middle to get it, go right over the middle and send it outside. Leaves it one-on-one, big seam.
No Marcelli on the floor for Brazil in this rotation. And it won't matter anyway. Gianna gave it away. Look at Kisi. We have not seen her yet in Volleyball Nations League on the floor. Yoshino, laser serve, overpassed. Seki, back to Wada. Once again, she breaks through that block.
Wada's arm swing is just so fast. Even if the block is almost there, they're already late. Wada's arm is coming through crazy quick.
Bergman, Fukudome, nice pass. Solo block. The middles with sass for Brazil.
Yeah, a little finesse walking away with it. Julia taking control of the net. Already so far throughout this fourth set, Gianna and Julia doing a nice job staying disciplined and watching Japan's play unfold before they go up.
There she goes. They got the ball to Araki and established. We will use her, and she is powerful.
Yeah, Japan wants a little bit more offense from the middles. Putting in Araki immediately changes the way that that offense is run. Beautiful ball. Leads to a good middle attack.
Bergman, one blocker is not going to do it.
No, especially against Bergman, who has just been power all night long outside. Anytime she has that big lane, McCreesh is doing a nice job of identifying it on a perfect ball, especially in serve receive. You expect it to go to Julia on the slide, but one-on-one outside.
Gabby to McCreesh, back again. And Gabby was like, you are gonna give this back, right? Seki, off the block, but nope. McCreesh is too disciplined for that.
Brazil's blockers are completely dialed in this set. Everything, they're either getting a stuff block on or a really nice touch up front to slow it down for their backcourt defense.
Wada. She's been spectacular.
That's the kind of play that Japan needs from their right side attacker. Just consistently putting up points night in and night out, especially in these kind of big of matches. That's what Japan wants.
Ball is indeed called as a lift.
Yeah, Brazil not happy with it, but that didn't look clean. That catch ball in the hand just a little bit too long.
We talked about Yukiko Wada averaging 15 points per match. She's there right now. Gabby, that wind up.
The wind up and just the height at which she hits this ball. She skies through the gym, so she's hitting it at such a high contact point. That ball set perfectly, so she's at full extension when she's contacting it too, just going up and over.
Yeah, and she's not the most physically imposing athlete. She's kind of narrow build, stands 1.80 meters.
Really good mechanics.
She'll break your heart over and over again, and your soul. To the middle. Japan with an emphasis on attacking through the middle of this set, it appears.
Yeah, Nanami Seki doing a really nice job. Even when this pass isn't dead on perfect, even if it's a little bit off the net, still forcing that middle attack, even 3 meters off.
Mayu Ishikawa. Such a tough serve. That's beyond tough.
Yeah, it's just a bad ball. Bad second ball. Well taken care of by Japan. The kind of next play mentality on this one. And you don't see that too much from McCreesh.
Bergman, meanwhile, continues to pass beautifully. That's where setting the middle has paid off for them.
And once you establish the middle, the other team expects you to go back to them in a perfect pass situation, which opens up your pin attackers, leaves a massive seam for them to rip through.
Timeout, Brazil.
Margem de segurança, aquilo que eu falei, da distância, que ela te dá de segurança. Valeu. Isso aí. Bora, ponta a ponta de novo.
Não ficar com a mão esquerda e a 6. Ficar centralizando a atenção lá de esquerdo. Ela tá pontuando da rede. No fundo não tá. No fundo ela tá largando. Então, rede de duas. Meio e ponta.
Well, my, how the tables have turned.
Well, Berta called it after the second set. She said, we are in for a long night. Japan will always find a way to come back.
First contact, Gabby. Big swing from the backcourt is Ishikawa Marcelli. Fantastic job by her yet again. Those are the ones. The point from where she takes off to where she lands is beautiful.
Yeah, I mean, she just floats through the air. Her hang time is insane. Also much better at a system ball, leading Gabby forward, allowing her to rip that cross court, which is where Gabby loves to swing.
Yoshino. Oh my! Send it back, Gianna.
Brazil's 4th block of this set, and they're only at 8 points right now. Really nice job, Jose Maria, setting that up, allowing her middle to get involved. Gianna just finishing that one off with good handwork.
Kojima's pass, solid work. Now they're finding Gabby a little bit more frequently in her wheelhouse.
And I like that decision from Gabby to go to the off speed. Everything about that looked like she was gonna take a swing up until right at the end. Don't know if the defense would have been ready for it, but just missing into the net.
Yeah, and that was the opportunity to tie it up at 9s. Shimimura. They're going after Bergman. Oh! That was just a nasty swing.
That's the one that Gabby wanted before. Big swing right over the block. Shorter setter up front, has the ability to just rip it.
Just ferocious and right between the uprights. Wada thinks about giving it back, ends up getting a touch off the block.
This is what Wada's done all night long, just the precision to go fingertips after fingertips. Bergman's in a good position on this block, just a little bit high with it.
Well passed by Bergman. Flying in. Hugodome made that happen. Gabby coming up through the middle, but they go to Bergman. And this time, Gabby, no doubt.
I mean, you've got to hit her with a hot hand. You got to feed them until they find an answer on the other side. Good up for Japan, but man, it is no match when Gabby comes flying through. And if you give her an open net, come on.
Yeah, and I think on that prior set, the one that went out to Bergman, she was like, yo,
hey,
here's your girl. Ball slightly out. Gabby with 4 points in this set, 21 overall. Yoshino behind the service line. She's had a nice night as well, double figure scoring with 11. Ace serve.
That's something that hasn't happened too often tonight because Brazil's passing has been on point, but this serve beautifully hit right between the seam of the two outsides and with tempo.
There are 7 players on the court, double figure scoring. It has been spread on both sides. Bergman, too much. 16th attack point for her.
Most of Brazil's outside kills are coming from that power angle cross court. The only ones that they're scoring down the line are right off the hand, so Japan might want to move that block a little more inside and take away the power shot.
Osamaria's serve backs up. Kojima. Wada continues to dominate. What's the answer for Wada? What should Brazil be doing against her?
I think I gotta say discipline on the block because Wada's been going off fingertips. This ball just a little bit left inside. Block doesn't identify it early on, so that's one that's just kind of on the block.
Bergman's chance to make it right off hands. Seiki, back to Wada, talking about the hot hand. Julia takes care of it.
A better adjustment on that tight ball, just discipline up at the net. Brazil using that physicality to their advantage. Both getting a little piece of that one.
Brazil trailing by 2. Seiki outside. Ishikawa.
Japan, since they've established that middle, the pins have been much more effective because the blockers for Brazil haven't been able to guess where this ball's going, leaving a lot of seams for them to hit through.
Yukiko Wada has been the star for Japan in this match. What a serve. Perfect pass. And that's what you get. Credit Marcelli.
What a pass, Marcelli in the backcourt, taking this like a dig, puts it right on the money. Ball left inside again, outsides of Brazil, rip and cross. Yeah, celebrate that one, girl.
A little bit of a trouble pass. It's going outside to Ishikawa. Everybody knows it. Block is set. Oh, clock looking.
Smart decision for Japan. You got a middle playing backcourt. Marcelli's been all over those for Brazil, but she's not on the court right now. Really good decision going right to the middle between everyone.
Ishikawa now serving. You know, Brazil had a chance to tie it up at 9 apiece. Now they're trailing by 3 again. Pass is perfect. McCreish, tempo. We saw that play in the first set. It worked. Oh, it was out. It worked in the first set. I didn't say that one was in, did I?
It worked. The combo play worked. Just barely missing that ball out of bounds, but expect Brazil to go back to that later in the set, or a potential set 5.
You're going to speak it into existence, and certainly that is what Japan is going for. +3. Seiki is front court setter for Japan.
And with that Seiki being up, look for a lot of balls to go outside to Gabby. She's been able to go up and over them. Not anymore.
Never mind, as the double sub comes in. Iraki is up front. Serving is Kitamoto. Good play by Brazil.
Quick side out for Brazil. This is exactly what they need now, down just 3. Gonna have to make a push here late in the set. Seiki back in, again, a shorter setter up front for Japan. Look for Brazil to go out to Bergman if they get the ball back.
Here's the opportunity, Gabby serving. She wants to cut up middle. Well, we said front court setter how many times?
Hey, you don't see that very often, though, Seiki. She's not overly offensive up front. That ball just way too tight to the net. She didn't have many options there. That's a ball that the middle's got to read and get up on.
Gabby, as ordered, what an up. Ridiculous up. If Wada is able to finish this out, or somebody on Japan's side, the place is going to explode. Marcelli, Jose Maria gets fingers. That was an important save for Brazil in terms of momentum.
That was massive and set changing, potentially match saving for Brazil, because what an up outside. Ishikawa lays out for it. No libero on the court for Brazil.
Araki, well dug, handled by Gianna. Bergman continues to be aggressive.
We're late in this match, but Bergman looks like she's jumping higher and higher and hitting harder with every swing, just completely dialed in as an attacker.
Timeout for Japan.
If we play left side, Yoshino, you can sit in front of Bergman. Okay, of course attack is free, but if you are in trouble, in here, okay? In this condition, you need to check Rosa Maria, okay? After we touch the red block, okay? So, next thing, they still coming with you, okay? We need to keep far games. 7 is good.
B に対してちょっと寄ってきてるから B オープン B オープン
Okay, and Marquis comes here. Nice block out, Rosa Maria, please. Nice block out. Right, go.
The beginning of that timeout, coach telling his players to send it to the middle of the court if they are in trouble because there's a middle playing backcourt. Then at the end of that, I believe they're saying go right off the block of Jose Maria.
Good luck with that. Let's see if it happens. It is, just a couple of weeks ago, Brazil swept Japan. This is a very dialed-in Japan team. That time, Iraqi getting all the net.
Just a bit too aggressive on that attack. I like the push from Seki to make sure that she gets her middle going. Just timing a little bit off between the two.
Yoshino, outside. There it is. You ask for it in the huddle. It's delivered here off the block of Jose Maria.
This is what Japan is so good at, too. They respond really well within matches, whether it's direction from coach or something that they see on the court. They get it done.
That's all your coach wants.
Yeah.
Just do what I say. And indeed they did, with success. Bergman, perfect pass. Sneaks in, too. She keeps that low to accelerate high.
Bergman wanted that one. You could hear her screaming for that ball after getting a really good pass. She's heating up right now, and I don't know if Japan wants that.
Double substitution for Brazil as Tainara enters at opposite, and Roberta comes in to set. Roberta played here in Łódź for a couple of seasons. She went back to play in Turkey on a team with Julia Bergman. Ishikawa. Marcelli, fantastic. There it is off the block, a better dig, Ishikawa. Off the block and out, point Japan.
Japan's getting a lot of those plays, just quick tempo offense. The block's in a good spot, but because the arm swing is so fast, it's going off the block and out of bounds.
There was another opportunity by Brazil to tie it up. Now they trail by 2. Japan in the red zone, past 20 points. Iraqi. Well, that is a nasty brick wall that Bergman just ran into.
Really
Beautiful
good
block.
Really nice setup from Wada. Nice hand positioning going back in the court. Just shuts it down. Right back at her.
Let's take a look at the screen.
Vamos deixar a mesma coisa. Deixa a Júlia por trás. A Thay vem pela saída e a Júlia lá na frente. Ah, tá valendo. Galera, é hora de acreditar. Vambora que vai sair. E a porrada, Júlia. Vambora. Bora.
A lot of communication right now on Brazil's side. It has not slipped away just yet. Of course, Brazil with a lead in this match, 2-1. They do not want to get into a 5th set battle with Japan, which is exactly the plan of the Japanese. Great chase by Roberta. Japan is dialed in, 2 points away.
Japan just playing a very fast offense, getting chaotic balls on their side. Brazil trying to knock them out of system, but Japan finds ways out of it.
Japan +4. Iraqi serving. This time it's Jose Maria coming in from the backcourt. And as always, Wada makes it work.
Wada has been everywhere for Japan, really stepping up when they needed a player to completely take over.
Iraqi serving for the set to push it to 5. Gabby's pass is good. Everybody knows it's going to go to her at the end. Set was not quite it. Japan pushes it to a 5th set. Did you expect anything less in this semifinal?
Heck yeah. This is exactly open and putting a little more thump on the ball.
Seki will serve. They go after Bergman. She has been the target. Jose Maria hits the antenna. Japan strikes first.
Right away, Japan putting the same kind of service pressure that we saw during set 4, finding a way to knock Brazil out. Expect a lot of serves to go to Bergman this set on Brazil's side.
Whoever wins this will face Italy. Japan faced Italy in the gold medal match in last year's Volleyball Nations League, capturing a silver. Iraqi, dug by Marcelli. Bergman, she has been so active.
Better transition play on Brazil's side, getting a positive touch on this ball. That allows the offense to run and get a quicker tempo set out to Bergman, which is what she likes.
Pass is good, back to Wada. She's been the bread and butter, but this time it's Wada that hits the antenna.
Expect a lot of sets to go to Yukiko Wada on the right side, 13 in red for Japan. She's been the hot hand so far. Brazil's got to be dialed in.
Yeah, she's trying to thread the needle down the line, and there was not enough room. Seki back to Wada again. Denied.
Really nice read for Brazil. Bergman all over that one, knowing that Yukiko Wada is the go-to attacker. Even in this rotation, coming all the way back around, still gets her the ball.
Gianna, second serve. Outside, Yoshino, they tried to use Roberta. We heard that instruction from the head coach of Japan earlier. Feed her again and again. It's Gabby time.
Wherever Gabby is on the court, front row, back row, it shouldn't matter to McCreesh, the setter. Got to find a way to keep her involved in the offense.
Timeout, Japan.
Side, Yoshino right side. Okay, so remember, difficult moment, tip in front of Bergman is fine. Try block out and cross. Okay, call is the same. One more, let's coach it.
As Farhad Akbash has done all match, very tactical in every timeout, getting his players clear instruction. One of those being that if they're in trouble, just put the ball right on Bergman, especially out of system, and take her out of the offense.
Try to, but she has had some great passes that have led into her offense. Nope, not close.
Already Japan shooting themselves with some of these errors. They played a really low error set during set 4, just 2 the entire set. Got to be cleaner than that, especially in a set that just goes to 15.
Gianna serving, again, has to play good defense without Marcelli on the line. And they go right between Gabby and Gianna.
Good decision for Japan, again, establishing the middle attack, this time from the backcourt, just to get Brazil's blockers working a little bit harder and knowing who's going to go up and take it.
Kitamato serving. Free ball. Outside, Ishikawa. Marcelli clears everybody out. They go to Bergman, finishing it.
Julia Bergman has been so impressive this match, not just locking it down in serve receive, but she has been a massive offensive option for Brazil to go to, even in sticky situations. Over 20 points for the outside.
Outside, Ishikawa, too hot to handle.
Sharp shot for Ishikawa on the left. Blockers lined up a little bit too far toward the antenna. Just rips this one cross court out of system.
Iraki behind the service line, Japan trailing by 3. Gabby's pass, so pretty. Julia Kudais.
That slides so fast behind the setter. It's so difficult to get not just one, but 2 blockers up. Good pass allows for that to happen. It wasn't necessarily pretty from Gabby, but it was right on the money.
Pass is tight, patience. Julia, since those couple of reaching beyond the net calls, everybody's been very patient. Second and final timeout for Japan.
Let's focus on basic things. They don't push the serve too much. It's a little bit over the net. Try to pass easy, okay? Second thing, we still forget to be in front of TP in front of Bergman. Okay, so girls, remember, all serve line, we need to give pressure. If you make mistake, no problem after this point. Let's go.
Japan's head coach reminding them that if they need an outlet tip right in front of Bergman that'll take her out of the offense, and they have to only worry about less attackers.
Yeah, they haven't really done that much.
No.
But what we have seen is Japan do exactly what their coach asks of them after the timeout. So something to keep an eye on here. Bergman serving, front court setter in McCreesh for Brazil. And they indeed are going to try to set over her.
That's a really big play for Japan. This set way too tight to do really anything with other than go off the block and out of bounds. And Mayu Ishikawa stepping up.
Yukiko Owada serving. Off the tape, Bergman. Thoughtful pass. You could tell how precise she was with that pass to feed it to Gabby.
And Japan might be in trouble because Gabby's front court now and expect a lot of balls to get sent her way. The player like that, the captain, heart and soul of this Brazil team, expect them to rely on her deep in a 5th set.
Gabby's one of those players that the only thing she likes, or is more important to her than winning, is hating to lose. She comes alive in the pressure moments. Manami Kojima told me, she says, you can do it when she puts those hands down and looks down the barrel. And indeed, a strong play by Japan.
Big side out that Japan needed. Perfect pass, right on the money. Serve receive really coming alive for Japan here in this 5th set.
Five, serving 9, Ishikawa. Gabby passes and she's front court. You better believe it, Ishikawa sits in the heat. Speaking of heat, another big block from Gianna.
So well read from Gianna to get all the way outside. Even coming with speed, she takes up so much ground to get all the way out there, and those blockers going up perfectly together. Seki back front court for Japan.
Five blocks for Gianna. She's still up front. Bergman, strong swing from the backcourt. Brazil is aggressive and it's serving them well.
Confident swing from Bergman in a broken play situation. A lot of players would just tip this ball over. But Bergman's feeling herself here in this match. She's gonna take a big rip at everything from here on out.
Japan is saying, hey, did that ball touch the ground? They're gonna cite a challenge. They have no timeouts left, so that's worth noting too. Fans having a good time here in Łódź. Tomorrow, finals day.
That's up for Marcelli's arm.
Yeah, it sure is.
Nice pancake.
Serving 5. Japan needs an answer and a prayer right now. Pass is good. Seki behind. That's 1.
Japan just needs to continue to focus on the next play. Don't look at the score, just chip away at this lead 1 point at a time and make sure that they're staying aggressive up front.
Yamada serving. Errors need to be eliminated on Japan's side. Serve in and tough. Pass is good. Gabby, knew we'd see that play again.
Brazil normally pulls this out about once a set. Perfect time to do it. Perfect pass, gets that 2 ball for Gabby up. Even with 3 blockers up, they're all reaching. They don't know where they're going.
Yeah, exactly. Well, they're all thinking, oh, it's that play again. Gabby's serve is good. Yoshino blocked. Yoshino that time going for hands, does not get them. Japan is going to challenge that, in part, no doubt, because Brazil is 2 points away from advancing to the gold medal match. No timeouts remaining. Can't take these challenges with you. What has impressed you most about Brazil in this match, Emily?
I think their composure. Even though they've been punched by Japan, they've responded incredibly well. I think really that focus on the next play has been really evident on their side.
Yeah, even when, Japan in the second set withstood 3 set points before Brazil closed it out on the 4th. Over. Bergman. It's blocked and slowed down. Marcelli to Josemaria. Kojima goes to Wada. Gabby's waiting for some action in the backcourt. Ishikawa.
It's that lightning quick arm coming through for Japan. Chipping away at that lead. Again, Japan now has to stay as clean as possible but keep pressure on Brazil at the same time.
That's 2 consecutively for Japan. Seki. Pass on Bergman. Doesn't take her out of the offense at all.
Love that set. Everyone thinks it's going to the middle. Go right over it to bring up match point.
Match point, Brazil. Will they have a date with Italy to vie for gold in Volleyball Nations League 2025? First touch is good. Seki to the backcourt once again. Japan will delay Brazil.
Just chipping away at that lead one by one.
Set point number 2, Brazil. Yoshino serving. Pass by Gabby. Bergman with a laser, and Brazil outlasts Japan in 5 to play in the gold medal match versus Italy.
Just a gutsy performance from Brazil. We saw Japan continually fight back every single set. They found a way to do it in set 2, set 4 as well. But Brazil eventually outlasts one of the toughest teams in the world to outlast, both defensively, offensively, but everyone was dialed in to every moment.
These two teams met in the final match of the preliminary rounds. Brazil swept Japan.